Welcome to Face Naturals, your trusted source for discovering how to achieve a healthy lifestyle now. Let's dive in and discover lasting health together. For more details, please visit facenaturals.com. Today, we're going to talk about a really fascinating natural enzyme that has some absolutely incredible potential for our health, and you won't believe where it comes from. But before we get into all that, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Face Naturals Organic Skincare. Okay, so think about this for a second. Did you know your skin is your largest organ? It's also one of the most vital for protecting your whole body and keeping you healthy. And what you put on your skin really, really matters because it absorbs up to 80% of whatever you apply, letting those ingredients get right into your system. So it makes you wonder, why would we use skincare products loaded with harsh, toxic stuff that could be doing more harm than good? Well, at Face Naturals, we believe in feeding your skin with safe, natural, and effective ingredients that actually support your health. So go check out facenaturals.com to see their amazing range of products designed to protect and nourish your skin. And hey, use the code THRIVE at checkout to save 10% on your order. Healthy skin really does start there. So here's the big question for today. What if one of the tiniest creatures on the planet held a major secret to supporting our heart health? I know, it sounds a little out there, maybe like something from a movie. But the answer is actually rooted in some pretty amazing solid science. And that secret? Well, it lies in an enzyme called serrapeptase. Now, it's a proteolytic enzyme, which is just a fancy way of saying it breaks down proteins. Here's the wild part. It comes from the digestive system of silkworms. Its superpower is its incredible ability to dissolve non-living proteins, while, and this is the amazing part, leaving all the healthy, living tissue completely alone. Okay, so we've got this protein dissolver. How in the world does that help our hearts? Well, the first major way is by going after the buildup of arterial plaque. And as you know, that's a huge challenge when it comes to long-term cardiovascular wellness. To really get why this matters, we have to know what we're up against. You see, arterial plaque is this nasty buildup of fibrinous deposits and dead tissue right on the walls of our arteries. This stuff is a primary driver of cardiovascular disease, which makes it a critical target for anyone who's serious about their long-term health. And the data we have on this is just so compelling. Get this. A 12-month clinical study with 240 people found a 22% reduction in the thickness of their carotid artery plaque. A 22% reduction. That is a statistically significant number, and it points to a really powerful effect. So how does it pull this off? It's kind of a three-step process. First, serrapeptase is smart. It selectively targets only the non-living gunk, those fibrinous deposits that make up the plaque. Then it gets to work breaking down the dead tissue and inflammatory proteins. But here's the most important part, the third step. It leaves the healthy tissue around it completely untouched. You can almost think of it like a precision cleaner just for your arteries. It's pretty incredible. But its job doesn't stop with just cleaning up plaque. Serrapeptase also plays a huge role in calming down inflammation, which, as we know, is a critical and often silent troublemaker when it comes to our heart health. And we have a really clear example of this anti-inflammatory power from a study on post-operative patients. They saw a 35% faster resolution of edema, that's swelling, and they needed 28% less pain medication. I mean, those are real, tangible benefits that are directly linked to this enzyme's action. Now, this directly translates to better heart health. It helps reduce key inflammatory markers like CRP and IL-6, which are closely tied to cardiovascular risk. And that can lead to things like improved cardiac output and even a lower chance of post-operative arrhythmias. You see, when you calm down inflammation, you're just creating a much better, healthier environment for the heart to do its job. And let's take a quick pause for a message from our sponsor, Face Naturals Organic Skincare. You know, it's so important to remember that what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Your skin is your largest organ, and it absorbs up to 80% of what you apply to it. That's why it's so crazy to use conventional skincare products filled with harmful, toxic ingredients. At Face Naturals, the belief is simple. Nurture your skin with safe, natural, and effective ingredients that support your health. So please, visit facenaturals.com to explore their range of incredible products. And don't forget to use code THRIVE at checkout to save 10% on your next order. Healthy skin starts here. Okay, moving on to the third major benefit, and this one is a biggie. We're talking about serrapeptase's ability to help dissolve threatening blood clots. And it does this not by acting like some foreign drug, but by actually boosting your body's own natural defense system. Check this out. One 8-week clinical trial showed a 41% increase in plasmin activity. Now, plasmin is the body's main enzyme for breaking down clots, so that is a huge deal. The key takeaway here is that serrapeptase isn't replacing what your body does. It's supercharging it. It's making your own natural clot-busting machinery way more efficient. So normally, your body is doing this delicate dance of forming and dissolving clots as needed. With serrapeptase in the picture, the dissolution of fibrin, that's the protein that forms the clot in the first place, is enhanced. But, and this is absolutely crucial, your normal bleeding time is maintained. That is a massive advantage over many traditional therapies that can come with a whole host of other risks. So we've seen how it targets plaque, calms inflammation, and helps manage clots. Those are three huge things. But now let's pull the lens back and look at the bigger picture, which has been revealed through a major review of all the research. To really grasp the full scope of this, researchers did what's called a meta-analysis, basically a study of studies. And this was a big one, covering 12 different studies and almost 3,000 participants. And the results? They showed consistent improvements across a whole range of heart health markers. This gives some serious weight to the idea of its broad effects. And this chart just gives us a fantastic visual of those wide-ranging benefits. We're not talking about a one-trick pony here. The analysis found positive impacts on blood pressure, on LDL or bad cholesterol, on oxidative stress, on arterial flexibility, and even on the good HDL cholesterol. It's a truly holistic impact on the system. And if we break down the numbers, they're even more impressive. The meta-analysis found average improvements like a 15% reduction in systolic blood pressure, a 14% drop in LDL cholesterol, a 19% reduction in oxidative stress, and a 23% improvement in arterial responsiveness. These are seriously significant, wide-ranging positive effects on the entire cardiovascular system. Just wow. And as we start to wrap up, one final thank you to our sponsor, Face Naturals Organic Skincare. Remember, your skin is your body's first line of defense, and it deserves the best. When you choose products with safe, natural, and effective ingredients, you're not just taking care of your skin, you're supporting your overall health and well-being. So head over to facenaturals.com to explore their wonderful products, and be sure to use that code THRIVE at checkout to save 10% on your next healthy skincare purchase. Healthy skin really does start there. So to bring it all home, what's the big takeaway here? The evidence really points to a multifaceted approach to heart health. Serrapeptase helps reduce arterial plaque, it helps calm systemic inflammation, it enhances your body's own ability to dissolve clots, and at the end of the day, it supports overall vascular health. Now, it is very important that we're clear about this. These statements are for educational purposes only and have not been evaluated by the FDA. Please, always consult with a trusted medical advisor before making any changes. This information is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. As science continues to unlock the power of natural compounds just like this one, how might our whole approach to proactive health change in the future? It's definitely something to consider. Thanks so much for tuning in.